I have two brothers. I have my older brother, and then my younger brother is my manager.
I knew that, and he wrote a couple of tunes on here, right, with you?
Yeah, he's a piano player as well, and he enjoys writing, and so a lot of the times when I was writing this record, I was working to write songs, and he would come in and he'd be like, "That's really cool, record that," and then we would work on some of it together. He's got a really good ear, and sometimes there are things that I'll do, and I won't even realize I'm doing it, and I'll forget it. But sometimes having him in the room, he'll be like, "That's really cool, record that," or otherwise you'll forget it.
So you lift me up. How did you collaborate on that?
That's exactly one of those situations. So I was playing the piano, and I came up with the main riff. I was just jamming, messing away, and he was in a different room, kind of on the computer, and I was playing the riff, the main riff that where all the O's are going, and he ran in the room and he's like, "Record that right now." He's like, "You're gonna forget that, and that's really cool." So I recorded that, and then basically right then we started coming up with ideas for what the lyric could be, what the verse could be. So he really helped me put the whole thing together. Together we wrote the lyrics for the chorus. I made the verse, and then the song was born.
Interesting. Now, when you went down to Nashville to record, right?
Yeah.
So how did you bring it to Scott and Ed Cash? Let's take that song in particular. You Lift Me Up.
Right.
What was the process?
A song like that was basically, the structure was completely there. So we knew exactly what it was. One of those songs that was obvious, kind of what it was. I knew I wanted the gang vocals. I wanted lots of voices singing. I wanted a big sound. I wanted something epic. So we pretty much go for that. We get the drummer in there, we get the bass player in there, and how it works is I'll record a demo track on just piano and vocal, and the bass drummer and the bass player and the drummer will play to that track, and then you kind of build it once you have that. And a lot of the times it's like building a house. You have to the bass and drums are kind of your fundamentals. And then from there you build it. You add the piano, you add the guitars, and then you add all the vocals. And it's kind of a lot of trial and error. You see which direction it's going in, and sometimes you can overdo it. You can produce. So you have to be really careful not to put too much in. It has to be just right in every spot. So it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun.
It's so nice that you say that. You can't overproduce. It's a balancing act, isn't it?
Oh, so much. There'll be times I'd be like, "Oh, let's add this here, let's add that there." And what Scott and Ted were great at, they're like, "No, step away from it, and when you come back, you'll realize that it's actually perfect the way it is." And so, because a lot of times you get in there and you can get carried away with wanting, you just want the song to come across so strong to people when they hear it that you sometimes forget that it's already there. You don't have to go overboard with trying to shove it in someone's face. It's sometimes there's plenty without even touching it. So.